Welcome to Tea Trail. I'm your host, T Red, and on today's episode of Tea Trail Nature's TV, we're going to be discussing the cosmic waves of change that are happening presently across the world, and how we are both the surfer and the creator of those waves. So, super excited about bringing you this episode in the most beautiful location after a stunning run this morning. So I'm full of the good stuff, and I'm looking forward to sharing that with you guys. So wow, exciting times, hey? Truly exciting times. And what one group of people would call the end of times, another group of souls would call the beginning. And well, man, there's so much beautiful change happening at the moment, and more of us are returning to nature and recognizing that our bodies are the magic. Is where it's at. They are the kingdom of heaven. So as I've said before on previous episodes of Tea Trail, there are three bodies that I recognize myself, that being of our physical body, the one which our souls inhabit, and then the place where we live, so our home and our immediate surroundings, and then the community that's formed around those areas, and then the worldwide community, hey, of everyone getting along together and recognizing the oneness and the interconnectedness of all beings in the beating, pulsating heart that is humanity. So for me, along my journey, two of the most beautiful things I have come across and transformational tools that have been laid on my trail are that of a plant-based diet and that of permaculture. So I'm going to keep this just short and sweet today, and I'll do one of each on both of those topics. But a plant-based diet gives us the opportunity to recreate our bodies in harmony with the earth. It gives us the opportunity to flush out all of the toxins which we've collected over the last few years. And it also gives us a chance to reconnect to Mother Earth by way of growing that fruit and vegetable goodness. So it's just, a plant-based diet is, oh man, I am so pleased to have found it. And I guess maybe 3.5 years in, I think now, to being vegan, and I'm not down with labels that are kind of restrictive, so I like to call it plant-based. Everything is plant-based. The meats that people eat are plant-based. The fish that people eat are plant-based. Chlorophyll is the only thing which is available to us that harnesses sunlight and makes that available into carbohydrates, and it doesn't matter where you get it from. The sun and plants are, oh yeah man, that's the magic. So yeah, plant-based diet, just, oh man, I'm so blessed right now. And then permaculture, which, it's just... So permaculture was founded by two Australian guys in the 1980s, and it takes the best of ancient agriculture, horticulture and gardening ways, and the best of the new, strips away all of the other and leaves us with an organic, healthy way of moving into the future that shows us we can live off less energy more vibrantly, and kind of have a standard of living which far outweighs that which we've been used to coming out of the corporate competitive world into a world of abundance and sharing and reconnecting not only to ourselves and to our body and to our emotions, but to our communities and to Mother Earth as a planet. So there are three main cultures or principles of permaculture, that being earth care, fair share, and people care, which as a system of engaging us with the food we eat and the houses we live in and the bodies that we inhabit, it's just phenomenal. So to be able to share that knowledge and wisdom with people around me just makes me such a happy soul. So alongside those three principles, then permaculture works alongside 12 other key principles. It's all founded on nature, so we look at how nature works, and then there's something called biomimicry, which is just an amazing field at the moment. So we work alongside nature. We see how this conscious living being, which is Earth, has sustained life for billions of years and will continue to do so. And we look to bring that to our own homes and our communities, and then share that out across the globe. So a couple of things that have become apparent on my journey. I've been fortunate enough to be included and to be part of a team at a church local to me who are creating a community growing project. They've called it the Wilderness Project, which just fills me with so much joy. So we've gone in and there's a piece of derelict land next to the church, and we're converting that into an area where we can grow local organic goodness. We can bring in all sorts of groups from around the area that can benefit from that knowledge and the interaction that they'll gain with each other. We're also putting in a food forest, which is a beautiful permaculture principle. So again, it works on the things that we see in nature. So in a forest, there's lots of mulch covering the ground. It's a closed system, so it doesn't need looking after. Once it's set up, it just produces the most bountiful crop of food. We plant perennials in and amongst the trees. So it's known as the Back to Eden style of gardening, which again just tickles me. So the church is looking at it. The Methodist churches have started a movement called A Church Without Walls, which is just totally exciting. As it says in the book, that God isn't found within buildings. It says that loads of times. I'm reading the most beautiful book at the moment. It's called Organic Churches. And the science and spirituality have melded and said that actually the scientists have said what the spiritualist guys are saying is key. Now the churches are beginning to come on board as well, and we really are living in the most exciting of times. So the Methodist Church have started something called A Church Without Walls, and Baptist Church have started a similar movement where they're going in and looking at the environmental impacts that their communities are having within their local area. So for the churches to be on board and kind of moving back outside and looking at their ecological footprints and And all of that juicy goodness just says to me, here at T-Trail, Nature's TV, that this is the beautiful new beginning. And to be able to share that joy, knowledge and wisdom with you guys is just priceless. So I'm in an incredible place at the moment. I've moved from my old home to the Jesus Fellowship, which is about 2.5 miles away from Alf Church, which is where I used to live. I have the Lickey Hills 5 minutes that way. I have Bittle Reservoir down that way. I'm surrounded by the most beautiful countryside, and yeah, I've never felt better. So for Plant Power, I'm just hugely grateful. For turning off the TV and removing myself from mainstream media, even more grateful. For exercise and running and moving into my body, it's just freedom. I'd also like to express thanks to Alta Love, who have helped guide me along the way. They are just invaluable. Molly and Team Love are doing a sterling job. Have a little look, check them out. They've got their own website and they're on Facebook. Aikido, which is relatively new to me, and just a beautiful practice. I'll do a little share on Aikido. It was the last of the martial arts to be founded, and it's called the Way of Peace. Suits me down to a T. And also thanks to the Jesus Fellowship for welcoming me, inviting me in, and just being such an incredible collection of loving, compassionate, and in that, game-changing souls I have had the fortune of meeting. So like Aikido was the last of the martial arts to be formed, the Jesus Army, which has now become the Jesus Fellowship, was one of the last movements to emerge out of the religious movement. And man, it's a pleasure to be among them, and it's a pleasure to be here. And I'm also grateful for all of you guys, hey? So if you've got any questions, or you'd like to get in touch, you've got any comments you'd like to leave about your plant-based journey or your permaculture experiences, then please leave a comment below. Give this video a like and a share, and we'll look forward to seeing you all out on the trail soon. Alright. So I've been T-Red, and this is T-Trail, Nature's TV, bringing you the new in an ever-changing world. And yeah, God bless you. God bless us all. Peace.